say like in this episode?
Yeah.
We say.
Yeah. In this episode.
In this episode. We came up to the Bahia de Los Angeles area.
And sailed around, met some of the other cruisers at the La Gringa.
We didn't realize it was going to be an eclipse that night because we hadn't had internet for a few weeks, and we were at this full moon party. We looked up and it was not a full moon.
Yeah, suddenly the moon's like disappearing.
We see a quarter moon, and
everybody was kind of freaking out.
We thought everybody was faking us out, but it turns out we happened to be there for the full moon eclipse, and it was gorgeous.
There's a lagoon at La Gringa that fills up with water at high tide, and then on low tide it flows out, and so you can kind of just walk over this sandy spit and put your floaty of choice in the water, and you jump on it and it takes you out. It's kind of like floating a river, tubing a river, but it's just the tide going in and out.
It got pretty serious.
It got pretty heated.
It got very heated. I think Nika ended up being the winner though.
One of the local cruisers here has a palapa on shore, and they've invited all the cruisers to a dart competition. So Resolute's gonna kick some ass.
To the southern end of Isla Coronado to do some scuba diving and snorkeling, and another gorgeous day in the northern Sea of Cortez.
Couple clams.
A couple?
Some garlic. Onions and mushrooms. And a couple more clams steaming away. It's gonna be a good meal.
Best for last? Best for last?
Oh. What else we got?
Water boiler.
Oh, and water boiler. That is the best for us, you psycho.
Psycho? That's not very nice. Oh! Oh! My mom's getting into San Carlos in a couple days, so we're back in the village to check the weather and pick up some veggies before we do the crossing back over the Sea of Cortez and head back to San Carlos to meet up with my mom.
We were told when we got to Bay of LA it'd be really small and we wouldn't be able to pretty much pick up any groceries or change money or use credit cards or anything. And we just walked into one of the best stocked grocery stores in all of Baja that we've seen. So I think things have changed since most people have spent time in Bay of LA. And it's got everything you would want, everything you'd need for a couple months to hide out from hurricanes, so we're pretty stoked. There's some good winds today from the north. We're going to take advantage of that and get out of the Bay of LA area and head out to either Isla Partida in the mid-drifts or a little cove in Las Animas Cove. We're not sure whichever one looks most protected once we get to see what the winds are doing in the channel.
Only 170 more miles to go. We're coming, Mom.
Whale shark in the water. Looking at our sail damage, these slide cars are nearly all worn through. I just replaced this one up at the top because it was gone by the time we got back. Not the best job, but it's rolling in a downwind sea, so pretty happy with it.
What'd you fix it with?
Twine and mule tape, electrical mule tape. A friend of ours just dropped us a hint. This stuff can hold 2,500 pounds, and it's got 4 wraps on it anyway, so that's about 10,000 pounds of strength it can pull, and it's incredibly cheap. You buy it by like the 1,000 feet for $50 or something, he said, some ridiculously low price.
We're anchored here in Los Animas slot. It's our last stop before heading the 170 miles back to the San Carlos area. And we're gonna do some diving, hopefully this afternoon, and if the winds are good, we'll head out tonight and start our crossing, but if not, we'll get some sleep and head out in the morning.
Been sailing through the night now, almost 24 hours. Sun just came up a little while ago. The seas have calmed down through the night. We had going through the passage between Isla Tiburon and the mid-drifts. The currents were running about 3 knots against the wind, so they made some pretty steep seas. Kind of dealing with that all night. Steep breaking seas and about 20 knots of wind, so that was pretty fun. Got pretty wet, but now things have calmed down. We're going wing and wing, and everything looks pretty good. Did a 7-hour shift overnight. I think she wanted me to sleep. We were pretty cranky yesterday. Got into a bit of an argument. But I guess that happens when you're out at sea and living 24/7 with your significant other. Megan, I love you. You are the best. I'm sorry about yesterday.
We had the line out trolling and we brought in a brown booby. Which is a bird.
Yeah. We didn't catch a fish. We thought it was a Dorado because our rod was just totally folded over, bent up, and we look back and it's a bird struggling to stay above the surface.
Other than that, the bird was totally fine. He didn't even eat the hook. The hook didn't get stuck in him. He was just wrapped around the line. I'm not even sure how we did it, but he flew off and he was totally fine. The worst that happened was my cut in the shape of a brown buoy beak, which I definitely deserved, the poor thing.
Yeah, we startled him. He hung out on the boat for maybe another 45 minutes, kind of shaking, a little distraught, I suppose. And then when he felt like it, he took off. He flew just fine, and he was gone. So no harm done. That was pretty cool.
There he goes. Bye, little bird.
Wind's just backed. You can see lightning and the start of the thunderstorm, and we just got some serious smell from land. So the storm, as we saw it leaving the San Carlos Guaymas area, it kind of shifted. We watched it do like a 90, and all of a sudden it was coming at us. So kind of woke Megan up and let her know what was going on, and it kind of hit from like 0 knots, maybe 4, and all of a sudden it was within like 8 seconds we were in 40 knots and the seas were starting to build up. Still pretty intense. I think the worst part was being surrounded by just this incredible lightning storm. And we were up at the mast putting a reef in, and all of a sudden, you know, there'd be this just instant flash and bang at the same time. And you just hit the deck and you could feel it in your chest. And that was not like where you wanted to be at the time, is holding onto a big giant lightning rod. Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode. Stay tuned for future updates where Megan's mom is going to join us on the boat for a little while, and we're going to start heading south in Mexico.
Thanks to everyone who has subscribed already, and if you haven't subscribed and you like our channel, please subscribe below.
It's going to be somewhere, we're not sure where. It might be up here.
Okay, take 2.
Hey guys! Something awkward.
It's getting weirder and weirder.
Beautiful San Carlos. Okay, take 5.
There's something in there.
There's something in there.
Okay.